It's the Jaden Show, and here's your host, Jaden Cornelious.
It's the Jaden Show, and I'm your host, Jaden Cornelious. Welcome to your Sunday. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and welcome to the Jaden Show. I hope you are sitting down and comfortable for a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful show. I'm going to go to meet the wonderful Oliver Pigott and to check out and talk about his projects, his plans for his future, and how you can follow him. So please stay tuned. Let's go and watch a little bit of Oliver. This song is called The Great Disease, and this was his project called Lamb Lion. It's a really, really beautiful song. Check this out.
You got to sing him a happy birthday song, Oliver. It's a lovely present that you have for him. Why don't you give it to him, Oliver?
With the Holy Ghost, my mommy just clapped and said, "Go, go, go!" Said, "Go, go, go!" I brought my brother to the raging seas. I lost my lover to the great disease. My daddy smoked guns in the Middle East. My daddy drank dope with the lowly king. My mommy just hoped she could only sing. She could only sing. I brought my brother to the raging seas. I lost my lover to the great disease. My daddy looked up and said, "Let me go."
My mommy looked up and said, "Rest your soul."
The lover looked back and said, "Make your bed." The brother looked back and said, "Bring your dad." Said, "Bring your dad." I brought my brother to the raging seas. I lost my lover to the great disease. The great disease. The great disease. The great disease.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daddy. Okay.
Happy birthday to you. You live in this dream.
That's for sure.
Happy birthday, dear Daddy.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go and meet the man himself. Welcome this week's special guest, Oliver Pigott. Oliver Pigott, welcome to
Hello.
the Jaden Show.
Nice to be here.
How you doing, my friend?
Doing great. Just down here in Nashville. We just moved here.
How long you been there now?
About 6 months.
Wow, okay. And is it already feel like home?
It does. It does. We have a lot of great friends here. I have my places that I love to play. I'm finding my scene. So that's the key thing when you move to a new city.
Because you was in Pennsylvania before. I think when I met you, you was in Canada. So
Well, I'm from Canada. I was there for many years, and I temporarily moved to Erie, Pennsylvania with my wife. My in-laws live there.
Mhm.
En route to Nashville.
Oh, okay.
Nashville was always the goal, and we're here now, so it's very exciting.
Super cool. So we've just seen your video, with, The Great Disease by Lamb Lion. That's just a project you do with your wife. Are you still doing that?
Yeah, we put songs out once every 6 months or so.
Okay. Just
Play live here and there, a mishmash of shows. And she joins me on stage here frequently.
Oh,
when I
super
have
cool.
my solo gigs.
Amazing, man. So what is your plans for Lamb Lion? What are you doing with that? Is it something that it's just like something you love to do? It's a collaboration with,
Well, right now it's
lovely
mostly
lady,
it's a pet project, but my wife and I love to create together. We've had many incarnations as artists, both together and separately. And musically, it's a great opportunity for us to collaborate. And she's been writing more and more, and we've been co-writing more together. And that's been really enjoyable. So it's something we really like to do. If it were to take off, neither of us would say no.
Exactly.
But it's not something I would say we actively pursue.
Okay, so you're not like going out gigging together as Lamb Lion or anything like that?
Not really, but we do love to collaborate. And the videos, the music videos that we put out, Donna's very instrumental in that. She's really good with editing and just making music videos in general. So it's a really fun thing for us to do. We're really proud of the stuff we put out. We always make sure that
that's great, man.
we pay attention to detail when we do release something, because it is so few and far between in a sense.
So when it's something like that you just
we want to make it really special. Yeah.
Oh, incredible.
And The Great Disease actually is a great story behind that, because first of all, the gentleman playing the violin, a man named Lewis, died shortly after that video was made.
Wow, okay.
And he was a wonderful violinist. He played with a lot of people in Erie. He was very much a part of the Erie music scene for many years, and revered as a person and a man and a musician. And so it was an honor to have him involved. Another cool thing about it is that my dad was actually born in York, Pennsylvania. In many ways, the music video is about my dad.
Wow, okay.
And we shot it in Pennsylvania. So there's
cool.
Really interesting tie-in there. Yeah.
That's amazing, man. And also you've got your other project as well called the Celebration Army.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that. Is it something you're still doing? Is it something that,
The Celebration Army was a Toronto band. It was one of the projects I had when I lived in Toronto. And all the guys in the band were great musicians and artists in their own right. So in a sense, it was a bit of a super group from the Toronto scene.
Okay, cool.
And we had a really good time. There were a lot of costume changes in that band. It's very theatrical. I didn't have a guitar in front of me. It's one of the few projects where I don't play an instrument for the most part. And it was very freeing for me. I'd just been doing a lot of theater with my wife at the time. So I was very much physically attuned. And I had a great idea about physicality on stage.
Mm-hmm.
And the costume changes were awesome. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, that was a Toronto project, and the guys are still there. So, oh yeah, that's true. My brother's putting out a movie soon it's got a lot of Celebration Army stuff in it. So.
Wow, how cool, man! You're such a talented family, and mixing with other talented families. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do
Yes.
you think the Celebration Army, is that something, like, obviously you're in Nashville and that's not just around the corner from Toronto, but is it something that you would like, you know, you're saying about with Lamb Lion that you will, you know, you randomly will just get inspired by something and put something amazing out. Is that something that you were doing with the Celebration Army, or is that over for the time being and you're just working on kind of...
we're the Celebration Army is on hiatus for all intents and purposes. And I would love to do more stuff with those guys. We have a record we've been sitting on, so that may come out at some point. But it would be awesome to have the opportunity to work together again. So we'll see what circumstances transpire.
Wow, super cool.
But it's definitely something that's not feasible at the moment, just because of geographical constraints.
Yeah, and you only just got to Nashville, so
yes,
you've got to be doing your bit of work there now. How's it going for you there? Like, what are your kind of plans now? You've actually reached your destination. What's going to be happening? What kind of music are you doing and everything?
I have been playing a lot acoustically in Franklin, more so than Nashville. Franklin's about 35 minutes out of town in the countryside, but it's a beautiful area. So I've been playing regularly out there, but I do writers rounds. I'm doing one today, which is, you know, you're in a round with a couple other writers, and you each do one song at a time, and it goes around, and you talk about your song. So there's a lot of that going on in Nashville, and I do a lot of the open jams too. I've been hanging with a lot of the musicians here, collaborating. You just go up and make stuff up. You know, it's all improvised.
We're such a phenomenal music scene. I guess it doesn't take long to start meeting like-minded people, and, you know, like all of a sudden jamming with someone else creates a new project or creates a new avenue or something like that, right?
Yes. Yes.
That's super exciting. What are your kind of like your hopes and your plans now you're there?
Well, these acoustic gigs have been great because I've been able to workshop a lot of stuff. I have this new project. It's called Vertigo Pilot, which is basically the letters in my name rearranged. Okay. And so I've been testing out the new stuff. I've been writing a lot, testing it out with audiences acoustically. But ultimately, there will be a record coming out.
Wow, sweet.
And that will involve a full band. And so I want to be doing that. And I don't think that's too far off.
Okay. And what kind of vibe, if you had to place it in a vibe, what vibe would you say it was?
I've been listening to a lot of Jim Croce recently, and I love the storytelling element of that style of music. Mm-hmm. Specifically, the artists in the 70s like that had that very poignant and plaintive way of writing. Mm-hmm. That really appeals to me at the moment. So I've been modeling my stuff somewhat after that. But I've been putting a lot of the fanciful elements of the if you listen to the lyrical content of the Celebration Army, it's very fanciful and abstract. So there's I've borrowed from that school of writing and put it into what I'm doing now, but also combining it with the literal storytelling aspect. So you know literally what the story is, but it has these figurative elements. So lyrically, that's the best way I can describe it. And okay. My wife's reminding me about stuff I gotta say. I'm gonna be putting out a record, but I did a little teaser. It's like a live version of one of the songs that I wrote with guys in an outfit called Gnarly Whale, and they film you downtown Nashville. They film you. They have a smoke machine and stuff, and it sounds really good. So that's up on YouTube. You can see kind of a taster of what I'll be putting out shortly.
Okay, that's amazing. Well, I think we probably need to be showing that on this show, to be fair. So I think before the end of this show, we're going to show that teaser as well. That would be bloody amazing.
In my life from time to time, there's a sadness casting shadows in my mind, like an old familiar foe. and the ghost of it runs deeper than you know. So if I'm someone you don't recognize, and if my face becomes a stranger to your eyes, don't pass me by. Don't pass me by. On my less than sunny days, there's a devil throwing troubles in my way. It's an old familiar pain you don't understand, and I cannot explain. But if you listen close and care to try, soft and clear you'll hear the child inside me cry. Don't pass me by. No, 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 no. Don't pass me by. La 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 la. Ooh. If you keep me close and hold the line, I'll try my best to let the worst within me die. Don't pass me by. No, 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 no. Don't pass me by. No, no, no. Don't pass me by.
So it's really super cool that I was talking to some other artists and we were just saying, you know, like especially when I was younger, you know, I was doing my pop stuff. God forbid if you ever veer off of, you know, the path that you have chosen to take. So you're pop, you only do pop. You're country, you only do country. But I think just saying like now I'm just doing Jaden Cornelious. It sounds a bit wrong, but I know what I mean. So it's kind of like, you know, when I do a show now, I can do everything from Pavarotti to, I don't know, to the Verve, to the Beatles, to Olivia Newton-John, because I sound like Jaden everything I sing. And I just think, since COVID and since the internet, you know, creating stars by the second, it's really been amazing for people just to be freer within their music now. Do you feel that as well?
Yes.
Just being Oliver in everything you do, you know.
Well, I do like one aspect of branding, because musicians are traditionally opposed to the idea of having this sort of umbrella branding where everything has to fall in line, sound the same, and be a thing. But I do like the artistic element of branding when you see yourself as more holistically as an artist, visually as well as musically. Even the logo and the images that you put out, the filters that are on because I like the consistency of it because it speaks to a well-rounded perspective on who you are as an artist.
No,
and
absolutely.
It's easy for people to look at your Instagram, and understand what you are musically as well. There's an artist named Sarah Farrell here in Nashville who's doing really well. I encourage you to check her out. She's, I guess you call her indie country.
Okay, I'll check her out for sure.
But she's a great example of that. You go to her Instagram or you look at her website, and it all has this sort of very cool look. And you kind of know what she's going to sound like before you even hear her.
Right, okay. Yeah.
I find that very interesting.
I think that's really important. I think because, you know, it's consistency and stuff like that. But I just think, you know, before when I was a pop star, we had to sing. It was the same turnout of songs. We could never veer off of that, that typical Stock Aitken and Waterman kind of vibe. Do you know what I mean? You had to do this. Whereas now you can still maintain Jaden, maintain Oliver, with your logo and with your look and everything, but you can be a little bit more freer with your vibe within the musical content,
Yeah. Well, I wonder if publishing companies and labels have less sway over artists because of all the avenues you can take other than traditionally signing with the label.
No, I watched this interview with I think one of Jay-Z's producers a good few years ago, and he said actually, like back in the day when we had a record deal, you were given an advance and they'd done everything. They'd done your promotion. They took whatever percentage. It wasn't a big percentage, actually. It was something like 20% of your record sales, and that was it. But they didn't touch your marketing, they didn't touch your touring, they didn't touch your merchandise or nothing. But he was saying now, it's called is it called a 360 deal? I think, 360, where actually they take almost 50%, if not more, of touring, merchandise, because it's just one big package now. They take everything. So
well, maybe they have to.
Well, yeah, to survive as well, because it's an ever, with the downloads and stuff like that, it's an ever-changing market. But this guy was just saying you're probably better off getting a huge bank loan, because you've got to pay your advance bank anyway, and then just pay for the best producers, the best promoters and stuff, and do.
Well, the best. I think the best you can hope for with a label, as with anything, I suppose, is that the person who signs you and champions you believes in you. Absolutely. And then it can work, but then you just got to keep your fingers crossed they don't leave.
Yeah. We had the thing back in the day where they would sign you because you might be competition to one of their artists, so they would sign you for a 3-album deal and then shelve you. And that was very common back in the day. Now it's
you can get clauses in contracts where if they don't pick up an option or put out your record, you get out of the contract.
I guess, but do you think, because you've been singing for 73 years now, do you feel that the industry has kind of changed dramatically since you started, like back in the day?
Yeah, I suppose so. I had a deal with BMG when I was in my early 20s, and I went that route. I was entrenched in the industry. I lived in LA, and that was in the early 2000s. So that was around the tail end of the traditional music industry. Mm-hmm. And now I would say it mostly resembles the Wild West. It's whatever you can negotiate, whatever your bottom line is. Mm-hmm. If you stick to that bottom line, I'm sure you can find your people and eke out a living. But you really do have to fend for yourself, and maybe that's better.
Yeah. But did you feel now like that you can be more creative and more in control of the stuff that you're doing because of the way the industry's changed?
I am very much in control because I'm freelance. So even with gigs that require me to write in a certain way or tailor the music in a certain way, those are one-offs. So it's fun for me to do that and test out my abilities, and then put it aside and go do something completely random or something for myself. So it's so varied. I don't mind doing the things that are restrictive because I also have the time and ability to do things that aren't.
Yeah, and it's about learning as well, right? You're always honing your craft as well. Right?
Yeah, I mean, even with things like very specific directions, even as a session vocalist, I'll get asked to do very specific things that aren't necessarily in my wheelhouse. So now I have to learn a new skill that I can then apply to my vocals in general. You know what I mean? You're always learning whatever it might be. You're always learning new things.
Yeah. So what's the future for Mr. P? What are your plans?
We're going to work this Vertigo pilot stuff because my wife and I are very excited about it, and we played it for select people, and it's getting very good reviews.
Amazing, man.
So I think if we see it through and hustle properly, it's going to be very successful. And I think there's a lot of opportunity for placement as well in film and all that, but it requires a lot from us.
Yeah. Amazing, man. That's super exciting. So where can people find you? Where are you on social media and what music platforms? On
Instagram, I just started Vertigo Pilot Music, I think is the handle. My Instagram handle. And then Oliver Pigott Music is my my general Instagram, where you can see a hodgepodge of things that I do.
Cool. So are you on like Facebook and
I have a Facebook.
You should come to TikTok.
I do have a TikTok, and I used it for about 15 minutes. I don't have the wherewithal.
Yeah, mine's when insomnia kicks in, and I'm watching.
What?
Mine's when insomnia kicks in. I get a little bit carried away with TikTok with paranormal stuff and
the nature of it where you swipe, it's obviously very addictive.
Yeah, completely.
But I don't know. I'm not huge on social media. It screws up my brain. I find that if I'm on a screen too much and then I sit down to write something, there's something blocking the synapses. Because
it's like short circuiting, isn't it? I mean, I think that's what it's probably made for as well, to be fair, on some level.
Maybe. You can get very conspiratorial about it, I'm sure, but
it's doing
that's one of the reasons why I try to keep it.
Me too, man. Me too. Well, we will send people through this interview. There's going to be a little list running this way, I think, of where people can find you. Do you have like the Celebration Army and Lamline? Do you have your stuff for download on Spotify or any music download?
Yeah, all that stuff's up on Spotify. Yeah,
fantastic.
There's also the Pigott brothers. That's older stuff that I did post Canadian Idol with my brother. We put out 2 records together, and so that's all on Spotify.
Fantastic.
Okay, my most successful project to date.
Oh, amazing. We're going to send links to all of that. And when you get when you release your Vertigo pilot, will you come back for a little quick 5-minute chat and we can
Yeah, I'd love to. That should be
within we can show you a video.
That'll be in the next little while for sure.
Perfect. It'd be great to have you back. Oliver Pigott, thank you so much for being part of my show. It's amazing to catch up with you. It's been like
it's great to see you.
12 years, mate.
I know.
You've got more hair, it seems, and I've got less. I don't know what's happened. Happened in that time. But anyway, I wish you the most untold amount of luck with all your projects.
Oh, thanks, Jaden. It's great to see you too, and I'd love to catch up soon.
Well, definitely. Well, I'll see you as well when you and your lovely missus come to Cancun, and we'll do a bit of a collab as well. That'd be amazing.
All right. Likewise, I hope you come up here.
Yeah, as soon as I can, I'll be. Oh my god, I'd love to go to Nashville.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it'd be amazing, man. Yeah, we'll definitely have to sort something out for next year.
All right,
dude. Thank you so much. You take care.
Hey, thank you, Jaden. Talk soon. Bye.
Well, it was amazing to chat to Oliver and to find out what he's up to and what his plans are. How cool is he? Please don't forget to follow him and like him on all the social media links that we're going underneath here. Show him some love, support, share, like and comment. I'm sure you will. I know you will, because you're very lovely. And thank you again for being part of my Sunday and for allowing me to be part of your Sunday. We will be back next Sunday for another wonderful, stupendously exciting edition of the Jaden Show. So please make sure you have subscribed, that you like, that you comment, that you share. And if you have any questions or anything that you want me to say, or any people that you think would be really wonderful on my show, then please let me know. It'll be really great to hear from you. Please subscribe, please like, please share, please comment, and I'll see you next Sunday on the Jaden Show. Now, I'm going to leave you with another wonderful song from his project Celebration Army. This is called Black Blue Jeans. This is Oliver in action. Enjoy. See you next week.